Today we are stepping foot out of Middle-earth and into the wizarding world of Harry Potter and ranking the Harry Potter movies from favorite to least favorite. I know that everyone has their own opinions on what is the best Harry Potter movie, what is their least favorite Harry Potter movie, but this is my list, and let's get started. So what I have here is a different type of list. I created this list, and we're going to go from Harry Potter 1 through Part 2 of Deathly Hallows. Now, I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 through 8, going from the top of the screen to the bottom, but it didn't really fit, so I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So one of my favorite top 2 movies at the top 3 and 4, and then so on. I'm going to go in chronological order from Harry Potter 1 to the last movie and place them in their proper tier list according to how I enjoy them. Any of the opinions on why I choose these movies are not based off of comparing them from the movies to the books. They are literally as a movie standpoint only. This is going to be quite the interesting tier list, but I really love Harry Potter and this needed to be done. Let's start with Sorcerer's Stone. Sorcerer's Stone is at the number 3 slot of the movies. There could be many arguments made. This could be top 2 for me. It's definitely not my favorite, but I absolutely love this film. It is the beginning of this crazy 12-year journey that these people are going to take on these movies, and it's just a feel-good movie. This is the lightest movie out of all of them, and as you know, with all the intros for the Harry Potter, they get darker and darker as they go, and it's just the beginning of a great story. Harry finds out that he's a wizard, that his parents were not killed in a car accident, Mr. Dursley, but they were in fact killed by Voldemort. He gets invited to attend Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry and finds 2 friends and takes the great adventure of their first year at Hogwarts. You're getting to learn all of the characters, good, bad, and the Dumbledore that is played in the first 2 Harry Potter movies is so good. I really enjoy him. It's sad that he passed away and wasn't able to go further in. I do like Michael Gambon in the rest of them, but that first Dumbledore just has something special about him. Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. We're going to hit hard real early on, and we're going to place this movie at the number 8 position on this list. I know that a bunch of you are probably like, what the heck is this guy doing? Does he even know Harry Potter? He's never even seen these movies. He's just doing this based off of what he's heard on the internet. Absolutely not. I love all of these movies. There's just ones that I like less than the others. Chamber of Secrets is still really entertaining. I like the Weasley's house, and I enjoy the story for the most part, but I don't think it's my favorite movie, and all of the other movies just kind of go over top of that. It wasn't the best out of all of these movies. It didn't do that much for me. It's just a nostalgic movie for me because I grew up with it. But other than that, it's not crazy for me. Second year of Hogwarts. Chamber of Secrets is open. Ginny Weasley is being used as an instrument by the mere thought of Voldemort. And Tom Riddle's diary is working magic at Hogwarts. Dobby is trying to get Harry out of there, you know, the whole bit. Another big hitter on the Prisoner of Azkaban. Prisoner of Azkaban, in my opinion, is my favorite Harry Potter movie. Again, people are probably going berserk, but this movie, I don't know why. I absolutely love this movie. I think this is the only movie that Voldemort is not actively trying to pursue Harry. Sirius Black, Harry Potter's godfather, has escaped from Azkaban, and he's supposedly trying to come and kill Harry. Well, then we find out he's not, and they're actually trying to track down Wormtail, which is a really funny scene, but I think it's because I love Sirius Black so much. I think Sirius Black is my second favorite Harry Potter character. That could be another list. And I enjoy that for the first time in these 3 movies, Harry Potter has some remnants of like a father. He gained kind of like a father within Dumbledore and kind of with Mr. Weasley, but Sirius is telling him, I'm your godfather. I want to be part of your life. It doesn't happen the way they would want. It's still a really good way of bringing in someone who loves Harry, that's not just his friends, but someone that was with his parents in the beginning. And I just enjoy the vibe of this movie out of all the other ones. I mean, each movie has its own particular vibe. The first one is that beginning of Hogwarts, and the first 2 are very similar, but then the third is figuring out what's going on with Sirius Black. The 4th one is the Goblet of Fire. The 5th one is post that, and all this up with Umbridge. So each movie has their own particular style, and the third one is just my favorite. You're introduced to the new Dumbledore, Michael Gambon, and he does a fantastic job. I mean, a really good job. And sometimes with these movies, when you change characters and the people who play them, it doesn't feel the same. It's weird. And the first Dumbledore and the second are very different in the way they look, their appearance, and of course the way they act, but they still are both fantastic. Plus, we even get Professor Lupin, and he is probably my favorite Defense Against the Dark Arts teacher because he's also one of James Potter's best friends. So we get two of James Potter's best friends, Sirius and Lupin, and they're kind of helping Harry realize who his father was and what kind of person he was, and you're getting to see that through his friends, which is so much fun. Then we come to Harry Potter the Goblet of Fire, which is the fourth movie, and I'm going to stick it at number 4 on this list. It used to be at the bottom of the list for me years ago, but the more I watched it, the more I enjoyed it. I enjoy the Triwizard Tournament a lot. I enjoy the other wizarding schools, Durmstrang and Beauxbatons and Hogwarts at the same time, and that's really cool to see. You get to see different wizarding styles with the different schools. I really enjoy all of the tasks they have to do within the tournament. The Dragon Egg, swimming down into the sea and rescuing their friends, and then the maze. And then, of course, this is where Voldemort comes back in physical form, and it just hits really hard for me. Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix, I'm going to be placing at the number 7 slot. So these are my 2 least favorite movies. They're not bad movies, they're just not my favorite. I think the main reason why I don't like the 5th one is because Dolores Umbridge. I have to give credit to the actor who did Dolores Umbridge. She played it so well to the point where I can't stand all of her stuff, which means that her acting was so good that I just can't stand the character. But she literally infiltrates Hogwarts and just flips it upside down. Literally gets Dumbledore kicked out of Hogwarts, which is absolutely insane. Also, it's just the movie that follows Goblet of Fire, so Harry's still dealing with the fact that Cedric Diggory died, and he's dealing with that grief and that loss. So it's a big hit. And then also, this is where Sirius Black dies. So that isn't why I don't like this movie, but it doesn't help the situation of why I don't like this movie. But the redeeming quality of this is that they're becoming adults now. They're learning to fight on their own. Harry teaches all of these students at Hogwarts how to fight, and we get all of these students going to the Ministry of Magic and fighting the Death Eaters. Fight Lucius Malfoy and Bellatrix Lestrange, and then there is the great battle between Dumbledore and Voldemort. Even though, in my taste, I have this at the second to last movie on my list, there are very redeeming scenes and points in that movie that are really good, but it's still not my favorite one. The Half-Blood Prince is my number 2 favorite movie. I really, really enjoyed this movie. Again, it's them becoming adults. Harry has realized that he is the chosen one. He is the one who has to defeat Voldemort, and Dumbledore is starting to take him on these missions to find the Horcruxes. As we know, Dumbledore is also dying, so he's trying to accelerate this process and find all these Horcruxes so he can help Harry before he's inevitably going to die. Also, Draco, this entire time, has been a little snot, and then at the end, we see that Voldemort has chosen him to kill Dumbledore, and he's become a Death Eater. Also, this is where Ginny and Harry fall in love. This is where Ron and Hermione fall in love. So things are accelerating in their adult life, and it's just fun to see. I think this is where the best acting comes in for Daniel Radcliffe. Scenes between him and Slughorn are absolutely hilarious, and when Harry drinks the liquid luck, it is so funny, and I really enjoy it. Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 1 is at number 6 position for me. This is where they are not in Hogwarts. They have broken out. They are on the run because Voldemort is trying to track down and kill Harry. Harry, Hermione, and Ron are out on the run and trying to track down Horcruxes. This is where it's getting very dark and serious because people are dying left and right. We lose Mad-Eye Moody and we lose other wizards within this one. And I think the reason why it's just at position 6 is it's very slow going. Even though they are hunting down these Horcruxes, there's lots of times where there's just too much time spent in one area. I think the pacing was just a little bit off. They decided they were going to have the 3 of them spend a lot of time just traveling and not succeeding or doing anything. Also, in this movie, we have that really uncomfortable and cringy dance scene between Harry and Hermione after Ron leaves. And it's just super awkward. Also, this is where Dobby dies. And that really, really hits hard, and it's painful. And they're finally getting a few of the last Horcruxes before they can actually defeat Voldemort. It's still a great movie because I enjoy these characters at this point where we've watched them grow up this entire time, and they're finally these adults who are fighting for their life to find these Horcruxes and survive and defeat Voldemort. And it's still good, but just not, again, my favorite movie. Then, as you could have guessed, the final part of Harry Potter, Deathly Hallows Part 2, is at position 5 for me. As this entire journey and saga comes to a conclusion, I think they did it very well. There was just certain things that didn't go right in my mind. I think the Battle of Hogwarts was absolutely amazing. The music really drove it home. A lot of wizards died. One of the Weasley twins died. Oh my gosh, that might have been the worst. Lupin and Tonks died, and a list of many others, and it was showing this is the darkest Harry Potter yet. I think the redeeming quality of this movie is that we finally get to see that Snape is not evil, that he is actually on Harry's team from movie 1 on. Obviously, him seeing parts of James Potter in there didn't really help things, but he has been defending and fighting for Harry since Sorcerer's Stone. And when we get to see his tear and his memories, it's probably the best part of most of these movies, if not all of them. It's a fantastic scene. Now, just because I do love that scene doesn't mean that I love the whole movie as my favorite, or even my top 3. But it is in my top 5, which is saying something. And then, of course, this is the climax we've all been waiting for, and Harry defeats Voldemort. And I think that is what really bothers me about this movie. It's not that he defeated Voldemort, it was that nobody was watching. He defeats Voldemort, and then Voldemort just disappears, and then Harry walks back into Hogwarts, and everyone's just like, oh, my robe got singed, and, you know, everyone's like giggling, and everyone's sad, of course. Great loss had just happened, but no one saw that happen. No one saw the chosen one, the boy who lived, defeat Voldemort, the person that has been the main antagonist out of these entire movies, and no one saw it. That's my biggest gripe out of any of these movies. And if I was going off of one scene per movie to place in these lists, that would be my least favorite movie. But it's just my least favorite scene. I could rant about that for at least an hour. I mean, why have him out in the courtyard on their knees, just the two of them, doing their wand-to-wand battle, and no one watches the success? In my opinion, there should have been everyone fighting around them. And then even the Death Eaters just stop fighting. All of the other wizards stop fighting and just watch this battle unfold. The music starts driving, and then watch him finally defeat Voldemort. And watch the Death Eaters just fly away or whatever, maybe throw down their wands, and have it just be over. Have Ginny run to Harry, hug him, and then have him just look around and shed a tear. Be like, wow, after all this time, I finally succeeded and defeated Voldemort. But unfortunately, it's not what happened. I mean, when you have a movie, you have ability to alter things, and that's exactly what they did. They decided to not have anybody watching, and I think I'll just pause on that one. But that is it for the Harry Potter movie tier list. You go 3, 6, 1, 4, Part 2, Part 1, 5, and 2. As I said, I'm sure a lot of people will not agree with this list, but that's fine. Please tell me how you would have done it in the comments. I'm curious. I would love to have a discussion about it. And that's this list. I absolutely love these movies. I think as movie franchises go, or as far as a movie saga, it goes Lord of the Rings, Star Wars, and then Harry Potter. I absolutely love these films. And it really bothers me that they're trying to make a TV series so soon after the movies. Now, I know the last movie, it's been 12 years since Deathly Hallows Part 2 came out. It was 2012. But still, we are already keep watching and binging these movies on a regular basis. That's an issue I've had for years, that no one can just make new stuff and create new stories and make movies off of them. They have to keep milking dry the same ones we've seen a billion times. And I just want them to leave this alone. There are so many other stories in the Wizarding world that we can touch on. Fantastic Beasts movies that I was going to include in this list, but I decided not to. Maybe I'll do it in another video. It's only 3 movies, but I know that the last couple didn't do very well. I want a conclusion to Newt Scamander and that story. Also, a Cursed Child movie. Maybe a Snape in his younger years, or maybe just all of those people in their younger years before they had Harry and all these other people. I would love the Order of the Phoenix before Harry Potter. A Tom Riddle movie. Anything. They could do anything in the Wizarding world of Harry Potter. They showed that with the Harry Potter Hogwarts Legacy, so you can go back as far as you want. They're just choosing to milk dry something we've already seen. That being said, if they are going to do it, I want them to include way more from the books, especially in Deathly Hallows. There's so much content in there that needs to be told, and especially in Prisoner of Azkaban. Lily Potter helped Lupin with his transformation into being a werewolf during their years at Hogwarts, and that story is told in Prisoner of Azkaban in the book. But as a movie standpoint, Prisoner of Azkaban is my favorite one. Sometimes I can't even explain all of why I just enjoy it. It's just when I watch that, I enjoy myself more than I do in any other movies. Don't be too harsh in the comments what you dislike about this video, but if you have to, be respectful. Thank you once again for watching my videos and for watching this one. I am going to do more tier lists in Harry Potter, I think, and I'm going to stay at Hogwarts for a bit, and I might play some of the old Harry Potter games. We'll see what happens. Thank you for watching again. Please like and subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next one.